Good morning and welcome to Coffee Club. My name is Abby Smith. I'm running for mayor of the city of Kokomo, and this is our weekly video series where I answer a personal and a policy question, and I drink coffee. You can watch the video at your leisure and drink a beverage of your choice. Today I have an Elvis mug. It's actually my daughter's. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently this week. So kind of bear with me, and I'm going to go really fast because there are lots of questions, and I'll kind of address why I'm doing it this way at the end. So the first question, are you Greg Goodnight's niece? No, I am not Greg Goodnight's niece. We are not related in any way. Do you have a live-in boyfriend? No, I don't have a live-in boyfriend or a live-out boyfriend or any boyfriend of any kind. I do have a husband. His name is Nate, and it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Nate. We have been married for almost 15 years. Abby Schmabby. It's not really a question, but I thought it was kind of funny, and it's kind of become a catchphrase with my friends and me. So, yeah, that's not actually a nickname that I go by, but I might going forward because it's kind of fun. Did you live in Tipton your whole life? No. Actually, my parents are divorced, and I've had a stepmom since I was about 4 and a half. Jody, she's awesome. And so I grew up in two households, mostly Tipton and Indianapolis, and then I went to Purdue, so I lived in West Lafayette. And then when Nate and I got married, Tipper's here, when Nate and I got married, we have lived a couple of different places, and most recently, moving back to Kokomo and raising our kids here. So we've been here for about 6.5 years. We love it, and we love the schools. We really have seen a lot happen in the time that we've been here, and this is where we've chosen to put down roots and make our future. So are you going to be Greg Goodnight's puppet? No, I am my own person, no person's puppet. I have my own way of doing things, and my own ideas, my own plans, and so no, I'm not. Why do you think you can waltz in and take over? So, two things. I don't think I'm waltzing in. I do think I've served this community as a leader in the last 6.5 years, time that I've been here, and I have executive experience. I'm the only candidate with executive experience. I know how to work with a board that I'm not in charge of, and work in partnership with people and bring people together. So this kind of work isn't really new. It's just done in a new way. And then the second half of that, I don't consider it a takeover. And that might be a fundamental difference in the way that I work in general, is that I see this as a higher level of accountability and public service. And I feel like I am ready for that, and I have more to give. And so that's why I want to run for mayor, is not to take over, rather to give more. Okay, why did you run the attack ad on Tyler Moore? I didn't, and I'm not okay with it. And I promised at the beginning that I was not going to attack anyone or engage in attacks on me, and I didn't, and so there's no why, because I didn't do it. Are you going to resign and appoint Greg Goodnight mayor if you win? No. And this is really why I wanted to do Coffee Club this way today. So this is silly. I mean, it really is pretty ridiculous to think that I would go through all of this, and Timber is, hi Timber, that I would go through all of this and then simply resign and give it to the mayor who came before me. I mean, it's unheard of, and there's no way that that is possibly true. So this is why I wanted to address all these questions, because there's a difference in not engaging, Timber, stop this silliness, not engaging, and then just kind of letting things happen. So we can't ignore all of these kind of crazy things that people say, because if we do that, then we allow them to potentially become what people think is true, and they're not true. And I don't plan to do any of those things, and those things are not true. My goodness, Timber, what are you doing? Whew. Anyway, so so this is the transition, because really people have asked me, why do you want to be mayor? And there's a kind of a bigger reason why I want to serve as the mayor, and what work I think I could do. And then, but that's not really what they mean. What they mean is, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this to your family? Why would you open yourself up to all of these mean fully negative things that people are going to say. And so that's kind of what I want to address as a policy question. So for a while, I have, Timber, come on up. Why? For a while, I have felt like our republic is in danger, and that might sound dramatic, but I think, you know, when regular normal people don't run for office because they just don't think it's worth it to open their family and themselves up to all of this nastiness, then our democracy is worse for it. And so that's why, it's a big part of why I wanted to run, is to say this is not okay for us to act this way, and we don't have to be this way. It's not what we have to do. So my husband, when we started talking about, you know, am I going to do this? Is this a thing that we're going to, you know, take on as a family? And I went through all of those reasons why I shouldn't. And he just said, Ab, you know you have to do this. Like, you can change this game, so let's change this process. Let's do it. I'm like, okay. And then I talked to my daughter and told her, you know, things are going to be rough, and are you sure? And she said, Mom, at the end of the day, the only thing you're going to regret is not trying. And I'm like, okay, well, that's probably true. And then we saved Jack, the 8-year-old, for last, and he was very excited and wanted to know when we were moving to the White House, you know, things like that. But I asked him, you know, I told him things that people are going to say mean things about Mom, and are you going to be okay with that? How are you going to react? And what he ended up saying, you know, I asked him, well, do you think I would be a good mayor? And he said, well, yeah, I think you'd be a great mayor. You're a good mom. So, you know, that's when I knew they were going to be okay. And, you know, I fully prepared them, but I shouldn't have to. No one should have to, because we really need to hold ourselves accountable for our own actions and know when we've crossed the line to just being really mean and nasty unnecessarily. So, you know, I would encourage you to use your vote as your voice and always speak up for the things that you care about. And then, almost as importantly, be brave enough to tell other people to stop when they've crossed the line. And I promise it only takes a little bit of setting a boundary to kind of keep people back in line and remind them of normal, respectful human behavior where we don't tear each other down just because we can. So I really, you know, one of the questions I get, I say this phrase, you know, I'm inviting you back to the game. First, it's just a figure of speech. But secondly, I am inviting you back because until, you know, regular, busy, burning the candle at both ends, people get back into the political process, you know, we won't be able to change this process and expect more and hold ourselves to higher standards. You know, we'll continue to get candidates who are self-interested and they are not looking to serve the whole. So the election is 10 days away. The primary election is 10 days away, and so please go vote. Vote early. Then, you know, volunteer on election day. I would love to have you. Please contact the campaign if you would like to help. And this is a very cool process, and it's a privilege that we have to be able to choose our own future together through an election process. So please do it, and I would love to serve as your next mayor, and I would be honored if you would vote for me. Thank you so much. Cheers.